Greetings and equinox blessings to you guys. Um, I have been sort of getting lots of downloads lately, and I feel a little like I'm in the eye of a storm or many storms in a centered space, and very grateful for that. Um, I was really blessed to be able to be in group in union with some sister friends last night, and it was just such a beautiful interaction, so uplifting, so nourishing, and like symbiotic relationships are just so beautiful. I wanted to share some insight that I received today that this stuff is it's just all meaningful to me in my life, and I feel like it's relevant, and I'm applying spiritual and just holistic knowledge to my life and have been for a while, and I feel compelled to share it with you because it helps. And if it's helped me, maybe it's helped you guys. And I've been getting a very strong message lately that if I don't, I could be, not giving a message to someone who needs it. And so it's not about me anymore. And so I'm going to be making more of these videos because of that. It's, I guess, my way of feeling like I'm being in service and speaking my truth, um, and helping humanity evolve. There's a lot of intense energies right now. I can attach or recommend some astrology people to listen to. I don't really keep up. I've never really formally learned about transits and the current energies, sort of. So not really, not in depth. So there's some really good people to listen to. I love Molly McCord, and of course Deborah Silverman. Um, there's actually a bunch of really good ones, and if you want to know more, you're absolutely free. Please reach out. Um, so the one of the things that I got today was just to lift up people who are doing shadow work and actively trying to implement, or see your patterns that are affecting your life. And just, this is hard work. It's not easy to be able to see when you're operating from those places, but also just to reiterate to everybody that a lot of people are doing shadow work right now. A lot of things are coming to the surface to heal in self. We're having a North Node Aries, South Node Libra axis right now. And so it's a real, we're trying to heal this ourselves so that we can show up in relationship as healed versions of ourselves. There's like a trine with some planets. It's a lot of intense energies that are sort of pushing us to the point of discomfort for healing, to force a transmutation of sorts. Um, it's like you're in a pressure cooker. It's done. This energy needs to be cleansed, cleared, brought to the surface to work out, or universe is gonna things will get real uncomfortable here soon. Um, that's my truth. It may not be everybody's experience. You might be, part of the collective that is feeling this. If you are, solidarity. Um, so a couple other things. So be gentle with people who are trying to speak their truths. Have some compassion, have some understanding, and just know that, people, when they're triggered, they're acting from their wounded place. They're acting from a hurt place, whether they're conscious of it or not. If they're not, extra grace, because then you're both just triggered and angry. But if you can understand that those reactions are coming from a place that that person, needed to do that to protect themselves, or think a certain way, or have a certain thought pattern or a reaction, or internalize something in a way that protected themselves at one point in time. They developed this at a very early age. These are patterns that we just aren't conscious of. And 90% of our daily operating system is from subconscious programming. So bringing the unconscious conscious. Okay, so the other thing that I got today, while I was really getting a lot of good open down, I was an open channel for downloads, um, is I got, that when we find, and I'm pretty sure Neil Donald Walsh talked about this in his Conversations with God series, but when we come into the presence of something that is very true, some deep inherent truth, and we get like hit in the gut with it, we're like, and it kind of lights up our heart. We just need to know that what's happening is there is this remembering in our chakra system, our nervous system. Not that they're one and the same, but things are lighting up. Truth is lighting up within us because it's the part of our being that knows it. It's the entire intelligence that runs through us that's telling you this is truth. And I got a visual of like when you remember something, you're remembering different aspects of divine truth or light information, all the same, things, they all are the same. And you're reintegrating. It's that defragmentation. Um, it's refragmentation from the defragmentation. We're remembering all of these things that our soul knows already, that our brains think that we need to learn, but we're really able to, there's a higher intelligence that does run through us that we are able to access. And once we get out of our own way, get out of our own monkey minds, because the mind's a primal, biological computer trying to generate these thoughts based on fear and keeping us alive. So when we're in survival, we're not operating at that optimal portion, part of ourselves. Um, there's another guy. What's his name? David Bayer, like the aspirin. Check him out. He's really good, and he talks about this. Be operating from the parasympathetic nervous system state. In a relaxed state, that's when you're connected to it. That's when you're connected to the higher intelligence. That's when people are like artists, because your brain, when you're doing your art, you're channeling that intelligence. It's running through you. My oldest daughter, when she started drawing, shit just came out of her. It was innate. She's this natural talent. It's amazing, and she only got better. So anyway, I just wanted to remember, or to lift that up again. What I wrote down was remembering is reassimilating the Akashic information. So this is directly after I got out of the channel. This was what I wrote down. So I think this is pretty much channeled information. We feel into truth. Listen to the gut. If it brings up an emotion, what is to be learned? We are reintegrating into wholeness, oneness with self and in community within the human collective. This is heart brain coherence. So just it's as above, so below, as within, so without. So we are doing this reintegration. We are working on this healing. Those people who are able to work with the higher energies that are coming through right now, these solar flares throwing this photonic light. It really is upgrading. This is the evolution of consciousness. This is how humans evolve, return to that. It's all the major religions, I'm not just like, this isn't new age stuff. This is all the religions, major religions, the inherent truths are the essence of truth. It does get a little weird when you start to look into like ancient Sumerian stuff, but you got to be open to this stuff. And if you're not, again, things can possibly become quite uncomfortable for you when truth exists, whether you choose to believe it or not. I'm not trying to speak for anybody's, faith. Our reality is a projection of our internal world. That is this holographic universe, that is what this matrix is the only thing about the matrix is that, in terms of like our perception has been limited on purpose so that we don't think for ourselves. We don't think in our creative mind when you're stressed out, working so much because you can't afford anything, you know, you're easy to control, divide and conquer, everybody's stressed out. And then, of course, two-party system makes everybody want to hate each other and they play on our emotions to do that. So, anyway, I digress. Um, being conscious and taking back your power by doing that. The other thing that I was given today, and I'll finish up with this, is that this is random. I don't know. I'll just go with it because this is what I was guided to do. And actually kind of made sense when I thought about it. I don't really think about it at the time, and afterwards I considered it and I'm like, okay. So I was guided to move energy a lot this morning, and one of the things that I was told to do was to stretch my mouth. Now, I have a friend he does like physical therapy and stuff, and he tells you to stretch your tongue out to get like some of the stretches, to move energy. Um, what I was guided to do, and then it was given to me the information, take it or leave it. It might be BS, it might be relevant. I don't know. Whatever, it made sense to me. It resonated with me again. And that's, of course, how we check in with our truth. That's why it's important to keep those chakras clear. Hang on. Okay. Sorry. Because that is that heart mind coherence. Keeping that gut chakra, all of them are important, really. But to be able to check in with your truth, what is true. And what I was going to finish up by saying too, back to that, your truth, your perception, you experience what you expect. So expect awesome things. Really, really tell yourself you are. I know it's like fake it till you make it. There's something to that. Um, People get really frustrated at this one when you call them out on it because they're like, "This is my reality." I know it is, but you've already made a declaration to the universe that that's what you are experience, that's what you experience, so it gifts you with more. So be conscious of that too. So this open mouth stretch is what I was told. It lets light in and it activates or triggers your throat chakra, so you can feel into it, actually feel it. And then I was told, like, when you scream, if a person screams in shock of either pain or pleasure, it's the body's response to it, and it lets light in and lets healing and stuck emotion or intense emotion through and moves it. So you're like, so that this, I know it's going to look really weird, but like, this is the actually like, like really feeling like, I know there's going to be some real pervs out there, um, but it does, it lets light in and it stretches all of the things, all of the muscles, like when you're moving energy through the body, like that's why exercise is really, sweating is like literally like that's energy moving out of the body. You can clear sweat, water, emotion by doing that. In fact, that's a super healthy way to do it. And if you have areas in your chart, you should be doing it, like especially intimately in your like um your moon, or your in your inner planets or something, and or fire, any fire really should be body movement, intense body movement every day, even when you are lazy, especially when you're lazy, is so because otherwise it'll perpetuate that. So that is what I have for you guys, and I hope it serves. And reach out if you have anything to add. You have, you maybe about more about that, the mouth stretching. They're the whole throat chakra stretching. Um, I had a sister friend this morning. We were talking about like throat chakra stuff, and there's a real, pardon me, divine feminine healing in terms of speaking our truth and being allowed to do that. Like, yeah, your truth might trigger somebody, but that's your own wound. That's not ours that's not our responsibility. So, to be responsible for your own triggers, for your own discomfort, and notice it, because that's where the healing needs to be. If you want to work with me in this way to help find, why you're triggered, or why so angry, or why is life always beating me down, or I need tools, please do reach out. I would love to work with you. I'm just finishing up my holistic wellness certification, life coaching certification program. Um, I've studied meditation. I've studied a lot of the holistic wellness, mindfulness, and meditation. And the quantum healing hypnosis with Dolores Cannon. So I feel like at this point, I'm really integrating these things in my life. I'm able to really, feel like I can now express myself more authentically than ever before, and help people, guide people through their own pain in order to feel again. I didn't feel a lot deeply for a long time, but that's one of my lessons, and it's one of my soul, experiences that I came here to learn about. And so, and if you want to know your astrology chart, your natal chart, or your progressed sun or moon, um, I can help you, understand those to a degree, to a sort of a basic slash sort of intermediate. But then I can refer you to people who are really, really good at dissecting more and doing transits and stuff like that. But I can lead you down that path in a initial way. So reach out, and I hope you're doing well. Much love to you. I send you love and light, and namaste.